We want to give you guys a quick life hack recommendation. If you're from the Toronto area, GTA, our lovely listeners, we want to help you out here. As of late, we've been recording a lot more, spending a lot more time in the studio, and because of our lives are a little bit hectic, we're in and out. We never really have snacks and food here, so we partnered up with Tiggy, who is a Canadian app, and recently came to Toronto, and they are an on-demand food delivery service.
And also, you can get your COVID test and basically anything else you need. They got a variety of unique products. Basically, anything that you might want last minute, you can go on the app. It's 15 to 30 minute delivery. Yeah, you heard that right. 15 to 30 minutes. We literally order it when we get in the studio before an episode. And before we even sit down to start recording, our food is here.
I'd say even for us, it's always come closer to the 15 minutes than the 30. Like, we'll order it, and before we can, as soon as we sit down, take our jackets off, our guest gets here, like, the stuff is here. And, like, keeps us, we get drinks, snacks, anything we really need to kind of, keep us going, it comes. The best part is there's no fees, no subscriptions. It's actually amazing. They have fresh products. And we actually, we don't waste stuff here. We order what's needed every episode. And, we go through it, and then the next time we're back in here, we order more. We don't waste stuff because it sit here and go bad, and it's been a lifesaver.
And since we love you guys so much, we're going to give you guys a promo code. You knew this was coming. PAL30. Yeah, PAL30. PAL 30 gives you 30% off your first 3 orders. Yep. Bingo, boom, go do it.
Guys, and not only that, the price of everything's going up. You're going to save 30%. What a no-brainer. Thank us later. Don't even thank us. Just go and do it. Have a great day.
We'll put the download link in the bio, in the description. So click the unique link. You can download it. Again, and the promo code is PAL30 for 30% off your first 3 orders. Now get ready for this fire episode. Let's go.
The ASMR people. Do you tune into those?
Okay, we good?
Okay, pull it close. Pull it really close to your mouth. Yeah.
The ASMR stuff's weird. I see some stuff, but I'll change it.
I just get it.
Before you walked in, I was saying to them, I had this always had a love-hate thing with TikTok, and I stayed off for a very long time.
Yeah.
I didn't really get the hype at first, and through the pandemic, I'm if I get this, it'll just consume me, and I fucking, pardon my language, I hated social media. I was just getting annoyed of it. Just very obviously.
You
fake.
go through your phases,
feel that.
right?
Yeah, and it still does bother me. I get very, very easily irritated over just dumb shit, stuff that no one should get irritated for, but it annoys me. So I stayed off it. Then I got TikTok. I'm like, oh, this is it. It's cool. You can see stuff that you like.
Yeah, for sure.
Then after a while, got back off social media, all of it. I'm don't want any of this. And then I was just saying that I got it back recently. And I see why people get addicted to it. Because right now I'm in the phase of doing the health stuff, trying to find good recipes. And my feed is everything that I like. Healthy air fryer recipes, working out, feed exercises for running and stuff. And I'm oh, this is exactly what I need.
Super relevant shit.
Yeah. So it's really it is really good, but you get it.
Yeah. Their algorithm is it's just stupid how good it is. And mine gives me exactly what I want to see, and it's just tits, sports highlights, and then this one I'm embarrassed to say, but little kids falling. When they're not seriously hurt, but a little kid trips over and it's just funny, or a kid's about to fall off a couch. It's also
it's the best.
It's a foot fall, but I find little kids falling hilarious.
Anyways, I see the value in it now, but then I don't know if you see Ricky on TikTok, but then
we're friends on TikTok.
Oh, I see him on TikTok. You see
his fucking what do you think about his TikToks, honestly? Be honest. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah,
you tell exactly.
You can chirp me.
I'm not chirping you. That's good. It's good. You found your niche.
Yeah, I found my niche, right? Yeah, pull it closer. All right. But yeah, that's my niche. And the sad part is I post something that I actually like posting, and I get 5,000 hits, 10,000 hits max. I'll do a good travel montage, where I'm this, I enjoy posting this. That one I like, 5,000, 10,000 max. I say the word hopeless romantic or something to do with dating, 50K instantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So on this theme, I think I don't know if I asked this on here or to you privately or maybe on Cast maybe. I think it might have actually been on Cast. This is the thing that's interesting to me because so many people, we're talking about as well, people relocate and become influencers in LA because they get a lot of followers. So whatever it is, they really lean into that lifestyle, really embracing that guys call it an influencer. It happened with Vine. It happened with Instagram. But what's interesting is your best TikToks are the ones the dating romantic ones, right? But the ones you don't typically go viral. So, but you naturally now in this feedback loop of that's your thing. So you make it because it feeds, right? So my point is
I'm selling out.
My point is though, do you think most people are genuinely, these people who are like influencers, have a lot of followers, whatever, do you think they're making the content they want do you think the majority, let's say, are making content they want that makes them happy, or they went viral and that's what they're known for now, so they have to stick to it to keep the brand going?
They probably have to just do what makes the people happy. You find your niche on there, especially TikTok. It's so crazy. I did a one thing in Taylor Swift, like a guy's version of Red.
Have you seen it, George?
No.
And it got like 400K in one night. I messaged my manager. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is crazy. Every time I would look at my phone, like blowing up. I post like something original or like just a cover of like a song that I genuinely like. Nothing. So it's a shit feeling. So maybe I should just start fucking feeding it.
No, so even to that, I posted my first viral video was just like, it was like a video looking for like a wedding date. Then I posted the boyfriend application, and I know it's a thirst trap. I'm fucking single. Why not post it? Do I enjoy posting something like that? No, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, stroke my ego a bit, TikTok. Let's do this.
Fuck it.
Now I have this followers, and I'm 100,000% selling out. I got no problem admitting it. I will post the thirst traps, the boyfriends, the romantic shit, because at the end of the day, I'm on TikTok to meet people. That is my goal on TikTok. Meet people. If I meet a fucking celebrity and I get to do cool shit and I get cool opportunities and make money, cool. But that's at the end of the day, is to connect with people, whether it's connecting with brands, whether it's connecting with people, whether it's a future partner. My goal is to connect with as many people as possible. The best way for me to do that is to post these videos that I know my followers want to see.
For sure. Because
that's how I can connect with the most amount of people. Like, and the cool part about TikTok is you can only message people who are following you. So anytime like my inbox, I see a new person, I'm like, this is someone I follow. That's sick. Exactly. So like the guy Rod, who does like the millennial stuff, like it's one of my favorite TikToks. And one day I just see him in my inbox and I was like, yo, that's sick.
Sick.
And I messaged him like, yo man, huge fan of your stuff. Like I feel weird saying that to like a TikToker, but I'm like, I actually find your stuff funny. Like during COVID, he's talking about like going crazy because he's working at home and like whatever. I'm like, man, I can relate to this. I love that.
Everybody can, yeah.
I think, but to answer your question, George, I do think most creators on TikTok are genuinely like creating the stuff that they like. That's what I believe, because being your authentic self is the best way to actually like blow up. And like, you know, if you start creating and you stick to the pattern, create stuff that you like, be authentic and post enough, I'm very confident that you will eventually go viral. If you post 4 times a day, every single day for a year on TikTok, I'm willing to bet you will get 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers. It's just a numbers game. I don't believe that TikTok is about quality. I think it's more about quantity, because you never know what's going to hit. Like these trends, half of them start off as something so ridiculous. Like who knew that the damn Daniel thing back in the day was going to go viral? The guy made it to Ellen.
Yeah. Insane.
From just a random kid be like, oh, damn, Daniel with the white Vans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. I think it's about, okay, you can't just post random shit, but post stuff that you genuinely care about. If you post enough about it, you will eventually find that niche, or you'll find enough people, and every video gets a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And then eventually you start having that one that pops off. Okay, then you'll go back down and then you'll have that one that pops off again. That's what I like to believe too.
Well, it's easy to, if you're genuine, it's easy to create content, because like you're not stressing about anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you just go sit down, do your thing, and like you have something worthwhile watching.
Yeah. For me, I dislike it because it's like now I take it as a job. Like Saturday mornings, I take 2-3 hours of my day, and I every week I send myself the TikToks I want to make on Saturday mornings, and I make them. Like even right before this episode, I have nothing in my drafts, like literally zero. So I'm like, fuck, I got to make something easy and quick. Open up my text messages. I found one that I was like, hey, perfect. I literally set up the tripod right there. Danielle's kind of watching me in the background as I'm doing it. It's something that I can make quick, 10 minutes. I'll put the words over it. Boom, right after this episode, I'll post it. Is it going to do well? No, but it'll do 20, 30,000. It just feeds the algorithm.
Exactly.
How many times do you post?
I try and post twice a day. I try to.
I saw something today that I was scrolling and I saw, I think it's that guy, Dan Rue, that guy who dances.
Yeah. I don't see the dance.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The
big beard.
Yeah. He I think it was him, and it was Gary Vaynerchuk's like TikTok, and he was like, he said that Gary V is like, give me some advice or something. Like, always, every time I see you, I want a piece of advice. And he's like, you have to post 4 times a day or something every day for the next year, and you'll blow up or something. That's so insane. 4 times a day. I mean, it's not that.
It's excessive.
Right? Like, so if you actually want to do this, and TikTok is what you want to do, or social media in general, because now to grow organically on Instagram is like impossible now.
Literally,
it's all monetization. You have to pay to play on Instagram. If you want to go viral, either show your body on Instagram or pay for ads.
It's funny you say that. I was asking my manager the other day, like, my reach has been so shit on Instagram.
You're not paying for it.
And I was like, dude, the last post announcing the show, there were like 600 likes. This one is like 180 likes or something. Like, I want people to come to the show, but so I guess I have to like boost the post.
Yeah, and that's what they want. That's why the boost button is literally right there now.
Interesting.
The days where you could jump, 1,000 followers in a month aren't there anymore unless you're getting them from TikTok. So TikTok,
it's crazy.
And or maybe I was an interview I was watching with Gary Vee, and he says he's like, this time is like, this year's the TikTok year, like 2021, 2022. That's the year because
that's the video.
Yeah, in a year, maybe in 2023, TikTok will be just like Instagram, where you have to pay to get reach.
I don't think so yet, though. Like I was just
maybe not 2023, but yeah,
I was thinking that, like we were talking earlier about this. I was actually just pondering, like, thinking, is it worth it to try and start using TikTok? And I keep going back for this. I change my mind every day. I'll do 1 month TikTok, 1 month no TikTok, or whatever.
Yeah, so you're done. It's not gonna work.
But the thing is, you got to remember, Instagram like went public. I think like 2000 like fucking 14 or something, 15 maybe. Can you look that up, Danielle? But TikTok's only been on for what, like 4 years? Like Facebook's around for like 15 years.
No. Has it been 4 years? I was late to the party.
So
I know
TikTok
that.
was 2019, I think.
No, like it was Musically, but when did it pivot to TikTok?
I think 2019.
Did it? Did you look? I don't know.
It was before COVID. COVID was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
This up.
Here, I want to point out one thing. So I started taking TikTok serious.
Instagram. Facebook went public in 2012.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about TikTok for a second.
So think about that. 2012 to now, and they just pivoted to Reels like recently. Before that, you could like, let's say it's all about 2 years ago, or a year ago, you'd have organic reach. Like, you'd have,
of course.
So 2012 to now, it's almost 10 years. So even if TikTok, let's even say 2018, but that's 2019 for argument's sake. Like, maybe they do, but they're still a private company. They're making money out the wazoo. So like, the thing going for them is their algorithm lets people grow organically and become nobody's into somebody's. Happened on Vine, happened on Instagram back in the day, happened on Snap, like all these things, right? Mm-hmm. At a time, it'll change, but I still think there's probably a lot of runway left for people to kind of like grow. I actually follow more people. I hate following people. I don't know why. Like, not for my friends. Like, apologize, I unfollowed a lot of people recently, but I Instagram, I'll see people's posts and I don't feel the need to follow them. I just don't, like, whatever. I don't want to see this. But on TikTok, I'm like, oh, this guy has valuable information. Let me follow him. This recipe's cool. Let me follow this person.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, people follow more people. I don't know if I'm going to make any sense.
Yeah, but before we switch off this topic, I started taking TikTok serious when I had COVID before Christmas. So I was at maybe 30K followers. I can't go back to that time on my analytics, but since January 2023, I've gained 40,000 followers since January 23rd. And if you include that extra month, I probably gained another 20 or 30 there. I went from 30K before Christmas to 107. So that's 70K, 77K in what, 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, that would never happen anywhere else.
And then again, Instagram, I end up gaining like 4,000 more followers just organically from this, solid. Right? So,
crazy.
Yeah, I think that's, I think that's just, I don't know. Back to the idea, George. If you want to do it, just stick to it because that's what it is. I'm fairly confident you put out 4 videos a day, every day. Even if it's just you talking and sharing your thoughts, you will find enough people out there that either agree with you, disagree with you, or want to just see what you're saying. And Eric, to you too. Like,
maybe I'll start taking Paul's podcast clips, posting them.
Yeah. So, and Eric, for you too, it's like, okay, you posted that Taylor Swift. It went viral. Then you post an original. You post a different one. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go viral. But I'm willing to bet you post 4 videos a day, just either other covers or original stuff for a year, literally a year, or even 6 months. You'll gain the followers. It'll grow. It's guaranteed to, not guaranteed, sorry. It's just very likely to happen.
Super likely for sure.
Because again, you're gonna have that next Taylor Swift song. I don't know what it is. If we all knew what it is, you wouldn't be sitting with us here right now. You'd be sitting somewhere in LA, right? Like,
no, it's a good idea, but like, fuck, man, the whole creativity aspect actually it's draining when it comes to like music and TikTok. Sometimes I don't know if it's like other artists too, but like for me to sit down and make TikToks, like it's draining because I want to sit down and write music and get in my zone. So for me to do that for 4 hours versus like working on my own shit for 4 hours, it's like, is it worth the time? You're probably right. Like maybe it is worth the time.
What if you just set up a camera and then just like, well, I guess do you have a team behind you? So you said you have a manager. Do you have anybody else that like helps you?
Like I'm on an independent label and like some marketing
So
team.
maybe that's it. You find yourself some like young intern or something that's like their jobs to help you make. You just send them footage, like just raw stuff, because people want to see the process, right? Like I feel
it's true.
You know, like we I don't know if you saw the Kanye doc. Did you see it? Okay, so the Kanye doc, it shows like footage from like 2000. And this is before he was anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not before he was anybody. It starts basically when he produced Blueprint for Jay-Z. What was the big song? H to the Izzo.
Yeah.
I think he produced that track. So it kind of starts there when he was just up and coming. But all that footage is crazy. Now we can share that footage instantly at like the tip of our fingers.
True.
So, I don't know. It's just something to think about, because I know what you mean. Like, it is draining making TikToks.
Like it could be draining. Sometimes it's fun. Like I'm not like I have fun sometimes, but yeah, it stresses me out sometimes. And then like having people tell you like, did you make a TikTok? Did you make a TikTok? It's like, fuck, no, not yet.
Well, even with us with Cass, it's like we have to try and make them. And sometimes when you're making for a company, you're like, hey, how do I relate this trend to this video? And then you make it and you're like, hey, I did such a good job on this one. Remember the one, the Avengers one? I know. I made a TikTok for the app, Cast. And do you remember it, Danielle? So it was a voiceover one. The voiceover was trending. And it's like Thor sound, where he's like trying to get into Jarvis or something. And he's like, Thor, like password. It's like God of Thunder. Incorrect. Strongest Avenger. Incorrect. Iron Man. Like, and it opens up or something. So I did that, and I had the words in the background. It's like best social media app. Facebook. Incorrect. TikTok. Incorrect. Cast. And it all opens up. Like,
well, that's the first mistake.
Well, I thought, yeah. So I thought it was a good one.
This guy's fucking delusional.
I thought it was great. I posted it. Literally, I think it had like 17 views. I was like, that was like really bad at that time. And I'm like,
the idea was pretty great.
I don't know,
but you never know what's gonna happen on TikTok.
Rick's the ones Rick finds funny are questionable.
Yeah, the ones I find funny never do well. But then the ones George finds funny don't do well either. The one you like. George will comment on one of my TikToks from like 6 months ago, like, yo, this is funny.
It's my feed. I don't know.
He'd be like, this is funny. I was like, really? That's what you found funny? Well,
but it is funny.
Yeah.
You're like, it's better than your other ones if you friggin' like, I don't know. I'm not going to fuck it. Let's just fucking talk about something else.
Okay,
I hate Eric's TikToks.
Eric, let's talk about some of the music. And obviously you just released a new song, River.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? What's the idea? How'd it come up? Is it something that you've had in the vault for a while, or you just released, or something you just came up with recently?
No, it's been in the vault for like, I would say a year and a half now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like the idea behind it, like I was struggling at the time. COVID was like just getting fired up, and like people are stressing out. And I remember like I was home and I was like, okay, this sucks. Like I know this is going to suck for maybe longer than I think it's going to suck for. So I was kind of prepared for that. And like I was thinking about it. I was like, so what I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling like this is a shit show. This is going to suck. But like I'm going to have to deal with it at the end of the day. And like maybe at the end of it, I'll come out on top. You know what I mean? Like it'll be a positive experience almost. So that's kind of what the song's about. It's like I'm not actually rowing down a river, but I'm going down through all the struggles, and like I want to be king when it's all done. That's the lyric. Like metaphorically, I don't want to rule a fucking kingdom, but I want to rule like my brain and my mind. So that's my kingdom. And so that's what it's about. It's about like just going through the shit and just knowing that it could be better, especially if you really try to make it better at the end of it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It is. COVID took a fucking toll on everybody, right? Like, you know,
Insane.
Some people came out of it even in better shape, and some people use that time to reconnect with family, loved ones, get healthy, learn new skills, whatever. But at the beginning, it was tough on everybody. But it's a good thing we're kind of on the other side of it now, right, Danielle?
It's starting to feel that way, man, for sure.
It is, right? No mask. That's a good feeling.
Have you guys worn masks going out? Like
I had to wear one in the doctor's office the other day.
Yeah, I think like healthcare, any
my
establishment.
transit.
Yeah.
My physio.
I walk around everywhere with no mask. It feels good.
So good.
Feels nice.
I'm not gonna say
You know what? I actually almost made a TikTok. I'm gonna jump back to this. I was gonna make it, but it was so bad I didn't post it. You know what the worst part was about wearing masks? Like honestly, the worst part. When you go to a grocery store and you can't open plastic bags normally. Okay, so you have to get a plastic bag to put fruits in. How do you open it?
I usually just squeeze it.
So I go like this, you blow on there, you like lick your finger a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could never do that. And I was at the grocery store with no mask, and I was like, Oh my! Or I would go like to like the bins that I knew like I just got sprayed with water or something. Like touch the water a little bit and like open the bag.
No, I didn't know.
That's brilliant.
Anyways, I don't know. I was very happy that I could finally open these bags in one try now.
The things that make
I made a
shorts
TikTok
happy,
and
right?
I was like, I can't post this. It's awful.
You never know, man. Maybe everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I know exactly what he's."
You know what? I'm gonna post.
You never
it.
know.
Do it.
What was it like playing that song at your first? Was that your first live show?
That
ever?
was my first like legit like being on the bill, like
not a
legit
backyard
show.
jam kind of thing.
Like yeah, like legit, like I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So it was nuts, man. It was nuts.
How many
like,
people?
that
showed up?
song was nuts.
Like, I saw the videos. I know like Shay, your brother, a whole bunch of people posted. How many people were there? What was it?
I think it had to be around 300 people because the cap there was like, actually it might have been less than 300. I think 235 was like the capacity, but like COVID capacity, and I don't know if anything was lifted by the actual day, March 4th. So there had to be at least like 250 people there. That was crazy.
Oh, unreal.
Crazy, man. Crazy turnout.
That's gotta be cool when they're singing your song too. A song that you just released.
Best feeling in the world. Like literally the best feeling ever. I can't wait for the next show.
Were you nervous getting up there?
I was nervous. So I don't know if I was nervous. Like I was jacked with adrenaline for sure. Like I was in the mirror in the green room upstairs. Like the other band left because they could probably see that I was like getting a little tense up there. I was like, yeah, you can stay if you want. But in my head, I was like, please get out of here for a second. So I was just like looking in the mirror, like getting all jacked up. And then we were in the stairwell. We walk up on the stage to set up like all the instruments. Everyone's just fucking going nuts. Then like I was kind of nervous there because like when people are chanting your name, it's like a weird, it's a weird.
You got your
feeling.
brother and all the boys there, like all fired up.
Yeah, but it's still like because like I wasn't singing or performing at the time, so I was like I'm just gonna stand here, listen to them chant my name until like walk back into the stairwell to come back on and actually perform. So that was like a weird moment, but it was fucking nuts, man. As soon as I got up there, like everything just flowed perfectly.
Do you notice the people in the crowd, or is it more just kind of black out and just go through the motions?
I tried not to notice faces just so like it's like I don't know who's where, but like my brother Andrew was like front row smacking the stage the whole time, so I knew he was there. Yeah, like after the third or fourth row you kind of lose sight of who's there because like the lights and shit, but yeah.
Well, I was out for a walk with Danielle Tuesday last week, and we're just walking down the street and I'm literally showing her your song. We're walking. Don't we run by your brother and a little baby, 6 month old or something? 8 months?
Yeah, Julia. No, she's a year now.
A year, whatever. So we walk by the baby, and I'm like, "Yo, Punzo." He's like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "Yo, I got your brother on the podcast in like 2 days."
That's so funny.
We're like,
what a coincidence.
Yeah, and it's like I'm literally showing her the song as we're walking.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, one of those moments. Georgie's just laughing over here.
Small world.
This guy's like 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, whatever. Like, bro, you just brushed it off as if it was like the same thing.
Basically.
That was hilarious.
Well, if someone's like 26, you're like, I'm actually 26 and a half. You're like, whatever.
It's a pretty big difference, 6 months to a year. It's like eating a solid foods to walking. That's a pretty big difference.
A little thing. It's like, I don't know, like
so
12
funny.
pounds or something.
Anyways,
A little tiny baby.
a good laugh.
Same shit.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to post that one on TikTok.
That's it. Georgie's going to start posting. I don't even know where we're all over the place today, but.
Yeah, we really are a little bit crazy.
The new show you have coming up. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, April 22nd at the El Mocambo. I'm not the headliner, but I'm opening for a guy, Sam Drysdale. And it's actually going to be very cool. I'm not even just saying that to like market or whatever. Like it's going to be a sick time. The show is going to be phenomenal. The stage is so cool. And it's literally turning into a party afterwards. So if you're interested in coming, you should probably get your ticket.
Yeah, we're definitely going to show up. Or me, Danielle, Georgie. Yeah, no, Georgie, you got Easter that weekend, I think.
What day is it? What's
22nd, the Friday, right?
Friday.
Okay, we're definitely going to Have you been to El Mocambo since they renovated?
I've never been there.
So I haven't been either recently, but I know I went once as not a kid, but like in your kind of age. But we had Weckerly on a year ago now, maybe.
Oh, sick.
6-8 months ago.
That's awesome.
And we talked about this was right when they were opening, I think.
Around that, yeah, I think.
Yeah, around that time. So we talked about like all the rentals and everything. Now it's like pretty fucking crazy there.
It looks so cool. That's why I'm like really stoked about it. Like Lee's Palace was obviously like sick. Like the sound was awesome. It's a cool venue. There's like a mosh pit area, but like I'm seeing pictures and videos from this place and looks like a sick joint.
El Mocambo, I think, is like 600 people or something. 500 people, isn't it?
I think 350's capped for this show.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I would have thought it was bigger.
Yeah, I thought it was bigger too. Maybe it's because there's two separate rooms.
Guessing,
so.
I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe it's because there's two separate
there's
rooms,
2 stages,
right? So maybe all in all, it's I don't know. Who knows?
Possibly.
Anyways, we're gonna definitely come out, have some beers, shake it a little.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be such a fun time. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it.
What's a dream venue? You could play one venue in the world. Where you playing?
Fuck. Like Madison Square Garden is like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a little. I guess I could like put it out there into the universe right now. Maybe one day. But yeah, that would be badass. That'd be sick.
George, when you were still DJing, what would be your dream venue?
I used to be a drummer too, bro. What the fuck?
High school band versus, playing decent sized shows in London. A little different.
If I could DJ, I don't know. Ultra? Maybe Ultra, not Croatia. I don't know, Tomorrowland, I guess. I don't even know. Ultra Miami.
Ultra Miami?
Yeah, probably.
Dope. Mine would be Red Rocks if anybody's going to ask me for any music.
So I don't want to ask you.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, Red Rocks. I've never even been, and I've been meaning to go. I want to go. Rufus played there last year, and I wanted to go there. Was it last year or the year before? No, I think it was last year. It was like on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Colorado's so far where you have to, no matter what, you have to take 2 days off.
You have to.
You can't just fly in and fly out. It's not like it's New York or something. And because of the time zone, I was like, I can't just do this for a 2-day show. So, but
you would actually, so just to see a concert, you would fly all the way to Colorado just to go to the Red Rocks.
On a weekend, yeah. If Rufus played on the weekend there, I would fly in on the Friday and come back on the Sunday or the Monday, easily.
That would probably be like the best show ever.
Yeah, well, if it's like an artist I really want to see at Red Rocks, just because Red Rocks is on my list, I still haven't seen it.
I mean, you're also like living on you're saying it as if like it's like something like a blasphemous you haven't seen it. You're living on the East Coast, like live in Colorado.
Remember, we've traveled a lot for music, and I say we because you've done it too.
Well, yeah, don't lump me in that. I've been on trips with you, and then you've made us change plans for music.
No, we've had Coachella, like we've traveled for Coachella. We've done Chicago, Lolla, so music festivals, which is still traveling for music.
Yeah. Right? I mean, in fairness, I like the festival more than I care. Like, no offense as an artist. I'm just saying, I care more about the actual, like, being in a place full of people than, like, the actual art. Like,
such a good feeling.
Don't get me wrong, but we went to Coachella again, not because I cared about, like, the artists.
Yeah, it's more like the party, the vibe.
It's just, like, being out.
It's an experience, yeah.
I'll listen. I guess what I'm saying is, like, do I respect artists and, like, there's certain ones that I love and want to hear, but I could like any music. I'll listen to, I'm not country's probably lower on my list. And if I saw Chris Stapleton at Coachella, it was like the coolest thing ever.
Unreal.
You care more about the festival than the artist.
Location, experience.
Yeah, festival.
Yeah. But for a concert to go see one, like obviously, like I'll go if I really care about someone. I'll go to Scotiabank or Budweiser Stage? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would travel. There's if it was like one of my top 10 on a good weekend, I would go to Red Rocks.
What's favorite artist, like I guess from like inspiration standpoint, or someone that you just really truly admire?
I like when it comes to writing, I would say that I got inspired to write because of City and Color, Dallas Green. Like when I was listening to his like early
he's a Toronto guy, right?
I think like St. Catharines.
Yeah, she's around here though. Yeah,
like in the general area. But like hearing his songs come to life, like with just him, his voice and his guitar on stage. Like that was like very cool and like inspirational. But I've been inspired.
When he came out, no?
Yeah, I was younger, maybe like grade 7 or 8. He like I feel like he's been around longer.
When he had that song that went big. What was it?
There's like
the first City and Color song that like really was like that radio hit.
Maybe The Grand Optimist, is that the one? No,
it's a good one.
Keep talking. I'm gonna Google it.
There's a.
Sorry, I didn't mean that. Sounds so rude. Keep talking. I didn't mean that.
Rick's on fire with the not caring at all tonight, eh? Maybe 6 months, whatever.
Fuck it.
What? Sorry, you're saying Sorry.
So he inspired me to write. I've been inspired by like a lot of different artists, like Mac Miller recently. He like his story and like everything about him has just inspired me so much. And then like old school Slim Shady, like Eminem. Massive inspiration, even though like I'm not in that realm, but just his wordplay, like insanity.
Coming Home.
Okay,
yeah, that was a song.
One of my favorite songs.
2005.
Yeah, that was probably the song that I didn't know that was like the first radio hit though.
I think that was maybe. I could be wrong. I wasn't. I'm not like a big City and Color fan, but I know that was one.
Yeah, phenomenal tune.
Second? Yeah, there you go.
What was number one?
Save Your Scissors.
Oh, okay. Save Your Scissors was a good one too.
Good tune. They're all good songs. He's one of those guys.
Have you seen him live? Or them, I guess?
I haven't, because he canceled the show in December. So that would have been my first time. And I was super bummed about it. But hopefully soon.
Yeah, concerts are coming back though. Like you see like History's got a
Yeah.
show, like 3 shows a week. Budweiser stage starts up in May.
I think May they fire it up.
Yeah, May they usually fire up. ACC's going, or sorry, Scotiabank Arena's been going again. I think they had Bad Bunny or one of the Spanish guys last week. It was like wild.
Bad Bunny
came in on like a big 18-wheeler truck.
Mental.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, the production there is just stupid in a good way. Insane, yeah.
Dream festival to play.
I would like to play Coachella. Like that would be sick.
Fucking sick.
I've never been, but I know everyone that's been says like they're gonna go back. Not they would go back. It's like I'm gonna go back. So I think that would be a sick experience. You've gone?
Yeah, we've
Both
been
twice. Yeah.
I tried to get
back-to-back years. Like we went. I was like, oh,
no way.
Yeah.
2015 and then 2016. 2015 was when Drake and The Weeknd were like 2 headliners on the main stage. They played back-to-back, right? Or they played 2 separate days.
Separate days.
But Drake was the headliner one day.
And then
Cascade.
The Weeknd closed it out. No.
Yeah, wasn't it like Cascade in The Weeknd or The Weeknd? No, The Weeknd didn't play last. Drake was the headliner. Yeah. Cascade. Drake was the headline. Weeknd was like an undercard, like the second one.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best festivals, and like people, you get this thing with like I think it's every generation and everything that ever has existed. Go to anything, and then like wait 3 years, and everyone that went at your age will tell the next generation or the next demographic that like, oh yeah, it's washed up, it's old, it's played out. Like everyone talks about Coachella, like, oh yeah, it's just influencers. I mean, there's probably influencers and girls posing in outfits,
there's 250,000 people.
So many people that are.
Is that
like,
how big it is?
I think it's 250,000.
Oh yeah, Cascade had like 300,000, I think, or something. 180,000 or something crazy.
The total attendees at Coachella, any year, doesn't even matter.
I think it's 100,000 a day, approximately. Probably.
How would you describe Coachella? Like, is it like not psychedelic, but like visually, like how do they?
A day or total?
Oh wow,
sorry,
that's wild.
Total, yeah. So
yeah. So like how would you? How would you?
So
like
Coachella, the thing about it is that there's at any given time, at any different part of the festival grounds, there's so much happening. So like you go to the food trucks, you can get literally any type of food you want. You can get fucking sushi in the desert.
Unreal.
You know, then you go to the Sahara tent and you listen to crazy EDM. You walk over stage, two steps over, there's like Dallas Green playing an acoustic set. Then you go to main stage and there's like the baby, like just playing bangers.
Yeah.
Like, there's something,
Sick.
and then honestly,
not wrong.
And then you go to the next stage over. You got Chris Stapleton, you know, playing something, and you find so many of these because again, these major festivals, there's where so many like small talents are made almost. So you get these kind of people that might not be that big, but they're really good in their genre.
For sure, yeah.
You know, like you see some of these major acts playing in the small tents, and you're like, I've heard of this guy, but I'm like, hey, wait a second. It's like they're not that big in the kind of the public image, but they're the GOAT in their respected area. Maybe not the GOAT, but
yeah,
it's sick.
I'd say it's like, to your point, like it is kind of that, not like maybe psychedelic isn't the right word. But it's not like hippie-ish. But I would say because it's West Coast, it's definitely more chill.
Right.
Like I went to Lolla in 2014, and then I went to Lolla again in 2017. So like a year after Coachella, and it just was like chaos. It was nuts. Like very, very different.
Yeah. So
Coachella, it's in the desert. It's hot. Like, you know, everyone's moving around, like just kind of chilling out, moving slowly, whatever. I know some people that have gone that like, you know, do some psychedelic stuff, whatever. So it is maybe a bit of that vibe. Yeah. Like people are very chill, I guess is the right word. Very like laissez-faire out there. Naturally, there's, you know, it is kind of statusy, I guess, some people because it's in Palm Springs. There's big events.
We also have the camping, tenting area too, which some of these other festivals don't have, right?
You definitely have like a mix. Whereas like Lollapalooza, I think it's like the location is better, not the festival, but the look. You're in the city, so you look around, like you see the light. It's cool. The Chicago
like
skyline,
the building in the back that always has the words or like the hearts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like it's all.
That's
it's
super cool.
Being in Grant Park is sick. But that festival is, like I said, it's just chaotic. Like I was there in 2017. I was 27 years old at the time, and Little Yachty was playing, And I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't listen to a lot of his stuff, but I'm like, I can appreciate it. He's hyped at the time. Let me go see him. So he played a small stage off to the side where like big artists play, but not like huge ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like a mini amphitheater, but it's all standing room. And at one point, Lil comes out, and I forget what he played, what song, and it went off, and you just see beer cans and water bottles, garbage cans in the air, like
some of you would see on Barstool.
Like insane. I'm like, if I was in there and I got hit, I'd want to fight somebody.
I'd be so upset.
And like just pure chaos, a very, very different atmosphere. Even the bands that play, like I saw AC/DC play there, and like it's just a lot more happening, busy. But yeah,
to both of you, favorite show you've ever seen, or favorite performance you've ever seen?
Dermot Kennedy, like every single time I saw him.
Really?
Yeah, he's my favorite.
He's country?
No. He's like
I think he's country.
Like pop, alternative pop, kind of similar to me, honestly. If I had to say like my music is like similar to somebody,
I love it. He's similar to you,
like,
eh?
Well, I'm similar to him. Similar.
I like that. Manifest it.
He's the goat. But yeah, he's nuts. His vocals are nuts, and like he loves the music so much, and you can really feel that. And like I've been to shows where like you don't necessarily feel that. They're just there to put a show on. And like he'll introduce like almost every song, like this song's about this, whatever, and like you could feel it in his voice, and then he just sings his heart out. And yeah, you can tell he's like super grateful to be where he's at, and you feel that in the music.
Before I hear your answer, what do you guys think about when artists do that? Because some artists don't do that because it ruins the flow of the concert.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
for sure.
You get that when someone stands there and talks for a minute or 2 minutes, it does, hinder the whole show performance.
I agree.
To certain people. But what do you guys think? Do you like that or do you dislike that?
I think it's important to like hear somebody speak for a little bit. Maybe not 20 minutes out of like an hour and a half set, but like definitely like maybe a few songs, like nothing, like you play a song, you go right into the other one. But I love hearing, maybe not explaining what every song is about, but just like firing up the crowd, like how you guys doing, whatever, you know what I mean? Like a healthy balance. I think it's super important rather than like just playing a whole set, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Georgie.
My favorite show ever was J. Cole at Scotiabank Arena.
Sick.
He played. My favorite album is Forest Hill Drive, but he came to play. What's it called? Free Eyes Only. Is that the name of the album? I think so. I think it's over here. We have the album back here. I only got into. I got into J. Cole and I got Forest Hill Drive came out. I thought it was so cool. I think lyrically, I think he's like a genius. And I'm not the big. I was at one point. I still like hip hop and like rap. At one point, I listened to it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the only one I still listen to. But it's interesting because he talked a little bit, not really too much, more like the beginning of the show, and then at different parts he would tell some stories. But what I really why I like J. Cole's show is that he came on stage and it was so cool. He's like in the, what's it called? Like in the pocket, like center stage. So you have to like walk through the crowd to get there. He did it dressed like like his whole album tells a story, right? So he was dressed as like an inmate with handcuffs, guards walking him. It was crazy. And he does his first opening song. Not maybe From Whom the Bell Tolls or something. And then he stops, whatever. And he's like, okay, like Toronto happy to be here, whatever. I'm just letting you know that I'm playing every song on my album in order, start to finish. You don't like it, you can get the fuck out of here. Wow. You can leave and go to the washroom when the songs you don't like, but that's how we do it. I made this album. I'm proud of it. I'm playing it start to finish. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like I never heard that. And I don't necessarily love that because like, like any album, you appreciate the craftsmanship they went into it, but it's like, okay, I don't love all the songs.
Right.
But I remember he went through it all. And then he went and played all his bangers right after. And it was like, it was really cool because it was like pent up, right? Like it tells a story and then it's his greatest hits.
Bang, 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 bang.
And it was like, I don't know. I remember it very, very fondly. That was by far the best. But the talking part, I don't mind. It depends if it goes with it. Because to your point, like there's like guys like Drake. I remember at Coachella, I think he did it. Maybe. Or he's notorious for it. He talks a lot in his performances.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you've earned the right to be on stage and it's your show and I'm paying to see, like, who gives a shit? Fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
I guess it depends, like, what you're talking about. Because, like, that's your opportunity, besides the music, to connect with everyone in the room. You know what I mean? It's the only way, besides singing and, like, hearing them sing.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's part of, like, the show. It depends. Some shows, like, pop shows, like pops and dancing shows where there's a lot of like kind of background entertainment and stuff. I think the talking is less necessary because it's more of a visual show. Like, you go to like let's say a Madonna concert or even
One Direction,
or like Bieber. I use it as an example.
Yeah.
He literally, it's a big performance. It's a big production. It's a show. Katy Perry was a great example. It's a massive whole production. It's put into parts. And that, you don't need to talk about it. You have your part at the beginning, you have your part in the middle, and you have your part at the end where you connect with the crowd and talk. But then you have guys like Elton John I saw. And Elton John, it's not a production. It's not a show anymore because the guy's a little bit older now, right? He sits at the piano. Yeah. He plays his song. He gets up, bows, says thank you, and then starts talking about the next song. We'll talk for a minute or two and then play. And that's what he did for almost every song. At least did you see the Yellow Brick Road? The Yellow Brick Road Tour. Yeah, so that's what he did. He plays literally 22 songs or something. Sat down, would play the song, talk about it, talk about the next song, sit down again, play, and stand up and bow after every song, which I thought was crazy. But I think, Adele. I've said this before numerous times. Yeah, so Adele's concert blew my mind. Yeah, and I've been to probably 100 concerts in my life now. Adele is someone that I didn't care to see that much. And I like her music, whatever, cool, Rolling in the Deep, Hello, I'm all for it. Yeah. But me and my mom went and we got tickets last minute. And I've never had my mind blown by like a performer like I had with that. She's, Justin Timberlake's my favorite performer. I've seen him numerous times, love him. Jay-Z was unbelievable. Watch the Throne was crazy. But just watching Adele, she's got she's just her on stage. Yeah. And she just swayed back at that concert. She just sways back and forth and she sings and you're just like, holy crap.
Insane.
I can't believe how talented this one person is.
Yeah, she's really good. I would love to see her live.
Yeah, she's in Vegas now. Tickets are like $2,000 a piece or something.
Probably
the hottest shows in Vegas. Yeah. She canceled a bunch of shows though. I don't know if you guys
I heard that.
Yeah, because they thought she was like in a breakup with her boyfriend or something.
Is she dating The Weeknd?
No.
Really?
Adele?
I don't know.
Yeah. What? Or no, Adele's dating Rich.
Definitely not
Rich
The
Paul.
Weeknd.
Rich Paul.
I don't know who she dated, but it's definitely not The Weeknd. The Weeknd's dating one of the Hadids or something.
Yeah, Rich Paul.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
that's right.
I knew somebody that rolls with like LeBron James-ish vibe for some reason. I thought The Weeknd. I don't know why. Did The Weeknd date her? Look that up. Maybe not. Rich Paul. That Rich Paul's random too.
Who is that?
Rich Paul's LeBron James' agent.
Best
really?
friend.
Yeah, best friend. Grew up with in childhood. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think he was the first black agent. The first black agent without a university degree or without a law degree to be like a professional agent or something. There's something special about him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's LeBron James' friend.
Yeah.
That's pretty special on its own. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's an instant millionaire basically.
Oh, and tens of million there. Like he's made a shitload of money. Now he manages like just with LeBron
Does he
alone.
do KD too now?
I don't think this Kate.
He does a bunch of other
He does
people,
Ben Simmons. I believe.
Ben Simmons. Yeah.
There's a handful, but yeah, that does date Rich Paul. So I guess they're gonna break up. That's the word on the street.
No, so that was the word. That was the rumor, but no, I think they're getting engaged now. Actually,
interesting. I wonder if there's any merit to that then.
How do
you go from breaking up to getting engaged?
No, that's what the rumor was.
They did get engaged?
February of 2022.
Okay.
Oh. You know what's crazy in Hollywood? People date for like 6 months and then get engaged.
Yeah.
When you're a bit older, it happens quicker sometimes.
How old's Rich Paul? I bet he's like 36.
35 or something, yeah.
He's 40.
Oh. Damn, that's... Well, LeBron James is...
And Adele's 30 because I think that's what her album was called.
She's only 30?
Yeah.
Adele is 33.
33.
She's in 88.
She's in 88, okay.
Good for her. She looks great. Always will, probably.
Yeah, man.
Sounds that good.
She's got those pipes.
$2,000, eh? Fuck, for the residency? For a ticket,
wild.
I mean?
Yeah. Wild.
I love Vegas. Can't wait to go back.
How do you justify that, though? Like,
justify like
who's
going to
go to the show?
Oh,
I'll tell you right now. Like I just bought
James.
tickets to an event in Vegas, and it's probably close to that per ticket. Not per ticket, but close. Yeah.
Jeez.
I've been to Vegas a few times, but it's what you like, right? So like I wouldn't pay that for a dollar. I'd probably pay the most I'd pay to see some of that, maybe like $250, $300. Like I respect their talent. I just like it doesn't move the needle for me. Whereas like a sporting finals event, like I've spent.
That's different.
Like I went to a World Series event. I went to a World Series game in Chicago the year they ended up winning the World Series. Like I don't really want to say what that cost, but like it was a lot. We had really good
Impact,
seats.
baby.
It was like I actually shout out to my brother. He's the one that he's the more responsible one. He was like, fuck it, we're in Chicago, we got to do it. I was like, man, I don't know. He's like, just do it. He's like, do it. Anyways, but like, see, the thing is, like, but you would also actually no, I don't think you'd spend like on sports.
Oh, I would
for the Leafs or Raptors, you would.
Yeah, Leafs and Raptors, I'd spend whatever it cost. Leafs are in the finals. So it doesn't matter what it costs. I'm going. And I'm sitting lower bowl too. I'm not sitting upper bowl. I'm sitting.
As long as I'm in this. As long as I'm in the.
I don't care. I'm there.
But I tend to get close. Like the event that I'm going to, I just bought tickets for Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol. You know, I'm assuming.
Well, like I'm not big, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I've seen. I'm a boxing probably as of late. It's always been stuttering. I've always been a fan of boxing, but as of late, I've like started watching it a lot more, and I actually got to see a fight in Vegas in 2019. And after I saw that, I was like, "This is the greatest like sporting event ever."
It's probably
live.
Crazy. I could imagine.
It's just
the
like
energy.
Being in Vegas, like the mecca of like, besides being Madison Square Garden, it's probably the mecca of boxing
For sure.
Vegas now has the crown, I would say.
Yeah.
After seeing that, I'm like, this is the coolest event. The first fight I went to was like cheap, paid a couple $100, sat close, and I saw Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, crazy. Then a buddy of mine wanted to go, and then there was another fight coming up, so we went back to Vegas for the fight. Again, not bad price range. Sat lower bowl and like good seats. And like you see a lot of celebrities that were just like crazy. You know, you see like when they show like the fight, you see ringside a bunch. Like in the whole lower bowl, there's like athletes and everything. Timu Solani was sitting like 2 rows behind me.
Unreal.
Yeah, like it's a cool experience. It's really neat.
Timu.
He was cool, really nice guy. He told me I had nice hair. I'm not even joking. He's like,
awesome.
great. He's like, great hair. I'm like, thanks, man. But yeah, look. So now this fight, the Canelo Alvarez fight, I'm like, you know what? I really want to see him in his prime. Tickets hadn't gone on sale yet, and I booked the flight, booked the hotel, and then
When is it?
May 7th, Cinco de Mayo weekend.
This year?
This year.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
What a time to be
And
there.
yeah, like Canelo Alvarez fight Pride of Mexico.
Yeah.
But
Who you
then
going with?
Becca's coming.
Okay, you and Becca.
I bought all this stuff, and I was like, tickets probably, I kind of guessed where they were going to be around. Definitely more than I thought. Not as much as an Adele ticket, but like close. But I'm like, you know what? To me, that's it's just like,
Oh yeah.
it's history. It's a title fight, whatever.
Yeah, it's a
but to that
once-in-a-lifetime
point,
opportunity.
to that
Maybe
point,
not
like
once in a
people
lifetime.
go to Vegas and their purpose to go $2,000 Adele, no problem. Like I've been dying to see her. She doesn't come to my small town in Kansas, so I'm gonna fly to Vegas to see her.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And if that's your big trip and your big thing that you're working towards all year, right? Like, man, I've spent money in much dumber ways.
I agree with that 100%. It's just it's still hard to justify like $2,000 to watch somebody perform, but if you're Adele, like it's kind of a different story.
Yeah, and those are obviously resale value too because they sold out instantly, right? Like it's a 5,000. I think it's a 5,000 person venue where she's playing.
Weren't tickets like 500?
So I think they started at it was like 550, and then like that was for like the top. But again, the top of like the seats in Vegas isn't like the nosebleeds in Toronto, right? You got to remember the stage is a quarter of the size.
Exactly.
Or maybe not the stage is a quarter. I think it's MGM.
The Grand Garden is 14,000 seats. I actually looked it up today.
Can you pull up the Adele concert where it is and how many people?
If it's
Thank you,
MGM Grand Garden, it's 14,000 seats.
So
but
I
it
think
looks smaller than.
Yeah, they started off at I think it was like 500, 550, but you have to register for the pre-sale. And
Exactly.
So it's at Caesar's Palace, and what's capacity?
That's my hotel. I love that place.
So you have to sign up pre-sale. It's sold out instantly.
Yeah. I'd imagine that. Fuck.
Do you remember she's not touring anymore? She said she doesn't want to tour, so she's doing this. And it's 4,200.
Oh, that's nothing.
So I think she's playing 16 shows, 16 or 18 shows, something along that. I could be a little bit wrong, and I've been wrong all day today, so who knows? But again, 4,200 people. That's like literally playing at Rebel.
Yeah, no, that's like a super intimate show, especially if she doesn't want to tour anymore.
And she's gonna talk to the crowd the whole time. I'm assuming. Like
Yeah, it's gonna be a super special moment.
$5,000 non-resale.
Sorry, 85.
$85 to $5,000 non-resale.
Oh,
So when they first came out, so you could sit nosebleeds for $85.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
that's a steal.
Non-resale.
That's pretty good.
But that's insane.
That's solid.
But again, those sold out like in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, anything in Vegas is just so much better. Like if like it sounds like, I mean, I wouldn't pay that for Adele, but like if you have an opportunity to go to Vegas to see a show of any kind.
Have you been?
Vegas, I've been once when I turned 21 with my bros, my dad, my cousin, and my uncle.
Is it like a typical you're turning 21, we're going to take you to Vegas?
Yeah, like I feel like they said it once and then we're like, we're 21 now. We gonna go? And they're like, fuck yeah, let's just do it. And it was awesome. It's crazy. We didn't, my brothers were kind of soft at the time. I don't know. My cousin and I were like firing it every night.
Yo, shut up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say shout out Punzo, but
they're
shout
gonna
out
watch
Matt.
this probably.
Of course they're gonna watch it.
And they're gonna know. They're gonna be ashamed a little bit probably.
Calling out your brothers.
Yeah, they didn't want to fire it with us, so we were doing our own thing. Just
Matt,
Adam
you hear
and I.
that, buddy? You betrayed your little brother here.
Whereabouts you guys stay when you were there?
We stayed at Palazzo.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Did you guys ride the gondolas in there?
No, we didn't.
No?
Did we screw up by not doing
No,
that?
not really. It's like Palazzo's part of the Venetian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like. Did you walk down and see like underneath? There's like they have the shops under the Venetian. It's like the canals of Italy. Canals of Venice.
Yeah.
So you can ride the gondolas like through it. It's like very cliche. I've never done it.
Yeah, no,
but
we
I
didn't
see
ride.
people like riding it. One day I want to do it just to be a tourist, like sit in the gondola,
Cinco de Mayo, bro. You're there.
put a little cap on and ride the things.
That'd be cool.
It's like Venice.
It's funny. My last trip to Vegas was the first time I actually got to see and enjoy Vegas.
Why is that?
So every time
Good
we've
question.
been, so I've been to Vegas, I want to say 6 times now. First time I went, so when I turned 21, my parents like, we're going to pay for you to go to Vegas. They paid for my brother. The thing was, I worked in nightclubs from when I was like 18. So I was accustomed to bottle service. Like, I didn't want to go out and not get a bottle service.
Right.
So I didn't have the money to get bottle service in Vegas. And going out in Toronto, getting a table in Toronto was at the time was like, you're spending $600 to $1,000 max, like 3 bottles,
Yeah.
$600 to $1,000. Well, table minimums in Vegas for like the crap tables are like 1,500 American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't want to go. So first time I think I went was Georgia. I think when we went together.
Oh, with your brother and DB.
Yeah. So we went 4 of us, and we had a wild time. But again, we got there. So we got there Thursday night, went straight out, drank and went out. Friday morning, we wake up, order room service, straight to the pool party.
Yeah.
Get back to the hotel at night, room service, go out at night. So we did it for 4 days, 8 parties.
Yep.
Yeah, very
Right?
excessive.
Yeah, and like
That's crazy.
stupid.
We went to Vegas we did it a couple times after that too.
Yeah.
Like,
So when we went after,
same
we did the
routine.
exact same thing.
Yeah. Smart.
Well, then I went for a bachelor party. Shockingly, like we didn't even go out for dinners for the bachelor party because everyone was just too fucked up. Then I went for the construction show once, and I was just like, you're there for work and you walk all day long. You're just so tired. So like all you do is, and again, you don't need to leave your hotel to eat or to do anything,
No,
right?
it's all
so
right
like,
in front of your face.
you got there, you go downstairs, okay, you gamble a little bit, then you eat there, okay. It's like, should we go to this nice restaurant? Oh, I'm kind of tired. Let's go tomorrow. And then tomorrow you end up walking another 20K at this massive work expo. So you're too lazy.
True.
This time we went, it was right after my brother's bachelor party, and it was right before COVID. So we went to the bachelor party. We partied like crazy. Got to Vegas. I'm like, I don't want to party. I'm like, I just partied for 4 days. I'm dead. So I went to the expo. Okay, let's not walk too much so we can go to a nice dinner. I want to do the stupid. What's the wheel there called?
The link.
The link. So I did that. We saw someone
Sick.
propose on the link.
Wow.
So cliche, but we saw that, which was cool.
Sick.
This was cool just because it was like such a Vegas thing. You're like,
Yeah.
guy's gonna ring. Is he gonna propose? And you hear them like whispering in the back, like, this guy's gonna propose.
Oh, you were
We
actually
were in the exact little pod where the guy proposed.
damn.
So then everyone in the pod gets champagne, and these dudes are buying it because this guy or the couple's buying it because they just proposed. So like it was just so cliche, and it was one of those moments. But I got to walk the strip, not drunk, and like remember what the strip looks like.
Yeah.
I went to
Awesome.
what's it, T-Mobile Arena?
That's what a fight is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to go to T-Mobile Arena, like watch a not Final Four, March Madness, like
Sick.
pre-tournament game or something.
I saw a Vegas Knights game there. Crazy.
I've never been to
You
Vegas,
know-
but I heard they have the best entertainment value.
Yeah, like that they put on a whole show before. It's like very done up. I think Cirque du Soleil runs it.
But did you know they also have a march, a parade into the stadium every single game?
I don't know.
So they're known for. Cabby posted it actually. So they do. You meet at some hotel at like 2 hours before game time, and they march like a 30-minute walk to the stadium, like together,
Every single
2,000,
game.
5,000 fans or something.
Every single
Every
game.
single game. Every single home
exciting.
game, obviously.
Yeah.
Vegas is the best. I can't wait to go back.
It's a different world. Like you go there, it doesn't even feel like it's out of my comfort zone. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not a Vegas guy. Like I don't even like to gamble, to be completely honest. But like just being in the casino, everyone's smoking and everyone just doesn't give a shit about anything, and like they're just dialed into like
"Has this guy
gambling and
been even
drinking.
been to sleep? Like it's
Yeah.
noon. You think he's starting to gamble? Or you think he's finishing? Like
And they're like pumping oxygen in there. Like your brain is clear in there.
Oh,
Was it just me? Like
No.
you take a fucking sniff.
Hangovers don't exist while you're
No.
in the hotel room in Vegas. Then you get to the pool party, you're like, okay, I got to start drinking because this is hitting me like a brick wall. Like,
it's crazy.
40-degree heat. I'm baking out here.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the chicken fingers. Let's toss back some tequila.
Crazy hot too that you mentioned that. It's so hot, but it's not like it's not a shit hot. Like Florida, when it's so hot in Florida and it's like moist hot,
the humidity, yeah.
It's not a nice hot. Like Vegas, like I didn't mind it.
Vegas is like desert. Same as like Arizona.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Coachella.
So yeah, similar. I'm
True.
Greek, so I'm like Greece is the same thing. You can wear
Right.
jeans like in like 30 degrees and you'll be okay.
Yeah,
It can
yeah.
be hot, but you'll be okay.
For sure.
Whereas like Florida, like you're sweating,
No, you're
like
dripping.
yeah, it's
Dripping.
disgusting. We wore
You're
like
sticky.
we were there.
Sticky.
We were in October, walking through like campus and thing.
Yeah, you're
disgusting.
Just like dripping.
Sweating.
Yeah.
At night. It's like at 9 p.m. walking to the bar, soaked, like sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the worst.
I'm so excited to go to Florida and just get away from like this right now. Like you had like these ugly, rainy, wet days.
Yesterday was brutal.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Awful.
brutal.
Yeah.
I feel so tired on those days. I don't want to do anything.
When you
Go.
getting back to music a little bit, actually, when do you feel most creative?
Um,
Like, what are your best writing or producing or music making days? Holy crap, that was awful.
like I can't choose a day, but like I want to say like nighttime.
Like late night or just like after dinner?
Like it's like sunset and after. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm in the zone. It's a vibe almost.
Yeah.
Like just the environment is a vibe kind of.
What's your process like? So we just had Exo Levi in here, and he said he'll listen to a beat and he'll just wait for the words to come to him, or that's what he said, right? He was like wait for the story to just come to him.
Right. Is he a rapper?
Reggae.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like the opposite. Like the music aspect will come first, like acoustically, typically. I'll like sit down with my guitar, and like before I sit down, like I'm sitting down knowing that I'm feeling some certain way. You know, I don't know what the song is gonna be about, but like I'm feeling this way, like melancholy, or I'm feeling confident, or I'm feeling not confident, whatever. And I'll sit down and I'll find like a chord progression that kind of matches that mood, and take it from there. Like sometimes, like even like just throughout the day, I'll have like maybe a couple words or like a one-liner just like circling around my head. It's rare because usually the music comes first, but yeah, once I have like a chord progression that matches what I'm feeling, I just dive into it. I'll like mumble, I'll literally sing gibberish for like up to an hour, and then words come out eventually and they start to make sense. I can't explain that part. They just start to make sense after.
Sometimes there's words in your mind that's like, hey, this matches.
Yeah, like this makes sense. Sometimes shit won't make sense, you know what I mean? And like sometimes, like my producer Steve, I love him for this. Sometimes I'll bring him an idea and he'll tell me straight up like, this doesn't really make sense. Like, what are you saying here? And I'm like, I don't know, man. So I'll fix it up a little bit, whatever. But sometimes it does make sense, and like metaphorically it can make sense. That's why music's sick, because like it can make sense to you and me in different ways, you know what I mean? So it doesn't always have to make like literal sense.
That's like me on the podcast. I often don't make sense, but not literally or metaphorically.
No, George, you had the best. What was it? Yeah, was it last episode or the one before?
Probably a couple ago.
George, I literally stopped in the episode. I was like, George, that was the best kind of well-formulated thought you've ever had. And we're 160 episodes in now. And I literally stopped.
I go on. I just like my brain with the pro work.
You can tell.
I know what's in my head. I'm speaking like fluid, articulately.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm getting it, I try to rush to get the whole story out. So I'm jumping like ping pong balls.
That happens.
George's mind will be going faster than his mouth, but then the mouth will try and catch up, and it'll miss certain words. And you're just like,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Where are we, George, in the story? Because I was following and I'm paying attention here, but you lost me. I think you skipped a sentence. Because like the mouth is trying to catch up to the brain.
The worst part is that I get it from my dad, but I give my dad's worse than I am, and I give him a hard time for it. I always call him out, like I'm perfect, but then I'll do the exact same thing as him. Like I'll like tell a story assuming that everyone knows where I'm going, then I jump. Oh wait, let's bring it back here. Anyways, again, this was irrelevant compared to your writing, but I like every time someone says like talks about how like things don't make sense, they might make sense. I always just think like half the time, if not more, I don't make any sense.
But most of the time, I
totally
understand
fine.
what you're saying.
Yeah, but you know me for a long time.
I follow you. I'm like, I got that. Okay, I don't think the guest did, but we'll pivot there.
When they come to you and say, this isn't, fix this up or whatever's going on, like,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, yeah, okay, I see that, or you're like, fuck, I thought this was perfect. Like, how do you?
Well,
take
like
it?
sometimes I'll argue it, like for sure, because like I think I've developed decent songwriting skills like throughout the years, so I'm not gonna just let it go so easily every time. You know what I mean? But but I'm like, I'll take it constructively to the best of my ability. Sometimes it hurts because it's like, I love this idea so much and you got to change it up a bit, but you learn to, like, when it comes to collaborating in music, no one really knows how important it is until you collaborate with someone, because one beautiful mind is nothing by itself. Imagine like two of them coming together. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, look at Eminem and Dre. Like, together they did insane things. Eminem is insane, Dr. Dre is insane, both geniuses. When they came together, they did insane things, like unimaginable things. So it's just super cool to just merge minds and ideas together.
Yeah, it's very rare that you have someone that does everything on their own anymore.
Super rare.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to think, okay, so basically all rappers have producers now. Mm-hmm. Most big, like, folk music have the band behind them. A lot of, actually, I guess country's one of those things where it's, a lot of times it is a one-man show or one-woman show, right?
It could
they
very
sing,
well
write,
be.
and produce themselves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like,
I'm just trying to think of like all the biggest artists in history, or like in the last, I don't know, 20 years. Like Michael Jackson didn't produce. He was a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
But are you saying
Kanye?
that?
Well, Kanye can sing, can rap, produce, and does a lot of his own stuff.
But I think
Kanye.
I would guess that more rappers now, even back in the day, had producers too. Like Dr. Dre is one of the rare.
No, most rappers do have producers.
Yeah, but you're saying today. Sorry, I thought it.
No, I'm saying Kanye might be one of the. I'm saying most.
But you're saying today it's rare to do it.
To do it on.
But I think always has been rare.
For sure, always. And I could name someone that actually has gone almost to the very top, completely like independently. Almost is Russ. You guys know who Russ is?
He's coming to Toronto actually. History. Danielle.
Yeah, like he talks his shit. He does his thing. He's a little cocky at times. Whatever. He kind of has the right to be, but he like mixes, masters, engineers, writes, produces
everything on his own, eh?
And he's like not even with a label anymore. He's like hitting charts with no label. He puts out of his pocket, setting up his shows and tours. Like, he's doing it himself, and that's why like he can talk shit if he really wants.
Yeah.
You know
and the reason why I say now, because I feel maybe back in the day collaborating wasn't as easy. Like I look at guys like Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley. Those guys back in the day, I feel like they might have been able to do
artists collaborating, or like I don't understand.
So, because he's like, when you have two great minds that come together, you know, to collaborate on an idea on a song.
Yeah, I
feel like nowadays you basically have to do that, or not basically, but majority of people do. Whereas back in the day, it maybe wasn't as common to do that. Well, you had a lot more individual artists that were singers, songwriters, producers.
But are you sure?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could agree with that, but
yeah, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true. It doesn't sound true. I don't know if it's true because like let's take anyone. Michael Jackson, for instance. Like, he was part of the Jackson 5 first, but then when he was by himself,
he didn't produce.
But right, what I'm saying, like, he didn't. Like, he probably had people behind the scenes that are geniuses. There's probably so many people over time. Like, you know, until fucking what's his name? Who put Drake on blast? Meek Mill. For like ghostwriting or whatever back in the day. Before that, go back to the beginning. Drake was like known for writing all songs on his BlackBerry and reading them, right? You know, it's so hard to know who is truly doing it by themselves in history as well.
Yeah. That is true.
You know, Johnny Cash, maybe country guy, like, or whatever. Maybe he was. Maybe Elvis did it himself. Like, Beatles probably. But there's also.
But again, Beatles, there's 4 of them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but even then, like the Beatles. They had producers,
people that master the music after.
Yeah, like to do everything yourself. I would say like it's almost super rare because what most, well, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but for me at least, I feel like I've worked hard towards writing and like becoming a decent singer and like performing. So I didn't want to spend too much time learning how to produce my music because that would take away from what I'm good at and like what I'm spending a lot of time on. So once you meet with somebody who has what you're kind of lacking, it just starts flowing so well because you don't have to worry about that. And like obviously it's cool if I used to produce my own demos and like send them to people, including like my current producer Steve, which is awesome. Like little shitty demos that like they're listenable. They're not like you can't throw it on the radio because like I'm not a producer, but like, it's good to know these skills, but I also think it's good to stick to what you're good at, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
What part do you think you're best at?
I don't, honestly, like, it's hard to say myself.
Oh, it's fine.
But, like, I don't know. I think I've gotten, like, pretty good at singing recently.
Okay.
Like, I've been singing since I was, like, a little dinger, but you know what I mean?
What, sorry, before I ask this question, I thought of that does probably the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that would sing, write, produce, master, everything.
Taylor Swift.
Nope.
Damn it.
You won't guess it. Bet you no one will guess it.
Give me a hint.
You just won't guess it.
Give me a hint.
Like old school, new school.
No, they're two guys.
Two guys.
Daft Punk.
No. They don't sing, but there's no singers.
There's no singers.
Bob Moses.
Bob Moses is fucking sick.
I didn't think
Like,
about that.
you listen to the album?
I haven't been listening recently. My ex
again, there's two of them.
introduced me to
I was
them.
gonna say, yeah, you're right. Two of them, chain
Rufus.
smokers.
Oh, Chainsmokers.
Chainsmokers, yeah,
They do
because
all.
They,
They do all
never
the shit.
they never sang for a while,
But
like
now
at the
they do.
beginning,
Right,
and
right.
now
Drew
they
sings.
sing.
Oh, okay.
So like think of like you.
Again,
I was trying to
there's two
think. I was
minds,
trying to
yeah.
think in my head who would be more likely to be a singer, songwriter, producer, and master, and probably. Like I was trying to think of EDM,
Right,
So,
right.
but then the thing is, most DJs don't Deadmau5 does everything probably, but doesn't sing.
Yeah. Taylor
Exactly.
Swift, I think, actually used to do her own stuff.
I
the
think
beginning.
so.
Master and everything.
She used to write, sing, make the music. She doesn't play the drums and shit, but she writes all the music, I think.
Yeah, but like mixing and mastering is the hard part. Like the audio, like that's audio engineering.
Yeah,
that's
true,
hard.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
no
wouldn't be
offense, that's
surprised. Like
you know.
maybe I don't know.
Regardless,
She's awesome.
If you can do like 3 of them or 4 of them, you're
Yeah.
already super talented.
Yeah, of course.
The question I was gonna ask before I cut myself off was did you always know you wanted to like be an artist, a singer, songwriter?
I didn't know that I wanted to actually like take a stab at it being my career, because I know it's like a dark industry at times, and like both of my brothers are in the legal industry. My oldest brother's a lawyer, so like having that pressure in an Italian family, like, yeah, go to school, you know what I mean? So I didn't know the whole time, but I knew that it was something that I was most passionate about, like compared to anything. Like I played sports growing up, loved sports, competitive guy, whatever, but like singing and music and like watching people perform and like the art of writing, even like not even music, just writing in general, like it's just always really intrigued me. And I got better at it, and like then it became a reality, like slowly, you know, like I'm graduating from university and I'm like, fuck, like I kind of have to make up my mind here. I'm writing my LSAT for law school, sending applications to law school. I was like, fuck, we're cutting close here, you know what I mean? So fuck, man, I took a stab at it.
Did you write the LSATs?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we ask how'd you do? Is that like a
I think I got like a 156.
how
Pretty
is-
shit.
is that-
Pretty shit.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, my bad.
Like I think it's 170 is the cap
Oh.
for like good job.
So I guess the choice was kind of made for you.
Well, I don't know. Like you could even not write the LSAT if you go to like the UK and shit like that.
Okay.
But
So those ways aren't. What did Lewis get? Do we
I
know?
have no idea.
Oh, it's not nice to ask. My bad.
I have no idea. He's a lawyer. That's all I know.
My bad. Honest mistake.
no, like
Ricky
156
out here
is shit.
canceling people.
Yeah, my bad. I
like
didn't know.
Rick is on fire.
No, like 156 is shit, but I could have done worse, I think.
Well, maybe it's a good thing that you didn't do that great on it, or else you wouldn't be making music, following your dreams and following your passion.
Yeah,
Maybe
possibly.
You
I don't
You
know.
would have went to law school, spent $100,000, and been working all those. And once you spend the money, you kind of have to do it, right?
I don't know if I would have pulled through with it, because like I was really feeling like all the tension, like regardless, like I was really feeling it. Like it was tough. Like the last 2 years of university were really tough for me. Like I didn't want to go. I didn't even go to class. Like ever.
Where'd you go?
Ryerson.
Rye High.
Rye High. I met some really cool people there, so
Right?
do not regret it. Like I can't say I regret going to uni, you know what I mean? Even though like I'm not using those skills or anything right now. But yeah, like, good experience. I met some cool people. You learn like something about just going to university, like post-secondary, like you don't need to do it, but I feel like it's a beneficial experience for like a lot of reasons outside of the academics, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't regret it, but yeah, I didn't always know that I wanted to take a stab at it. And like I'm not going to pretend like I'm a super established musician right now either, you know what I mean? Like it's a grind, but starting to make some noise, right? And slow and steady, man. Like we're doing it. Like I'm making good music, I think. I don't know. That's for everyone else to decide. We're starting to play shows.
I fucking love it. I listen to it.
Slow and steady, man. That's just got to like check off the goals one by one, you know what I mean? Can't just wake up one day and be like, fuck yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I got to do this. Now I got to do this. As long as you enjoy it, it's like the days just fly by.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday, and you said slow and steady, and we all know the saying, slow and steady wins the race. And I just thought about this. I don't think that's actually true. Slow and steady wins the race. I think it's more slow and steady gets you to the finish line, and that's all that really matters, right? Like, it's not always about winning. It's about finishing and completing.
And it's also not a race. Yeah.
Like, I was swimming yesterday, and I was swimming so god-awfully slow. Like, it was way slower than I normally swim, and I was like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. But I was like, I'll just fucking keep going. At my insanely slow pace, it took me 40 minutes to do what I normally do in 25 minutes, let's say. So like, I'm like swimming at like just over 50%.
Right.
And I was thinking, I'm like, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. Well, fuck, slow and steady doesn't win the race, but at least I'll get to the finish line. You know, like, I'll finish. And that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I love that. It's good. It's a good perspective.
It's interesting though, because you also could argue that slow and steady often does still win the race. And I can use two examples. I knew one for sure, but I was trying to think of a second to make sure it's not.
No.
So the easiest one is Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger in the investing world. Slow and steady, they're not booming and riding all the waves of like Tech and 99 and Tech Now and all these different things and all the latest trends. They literally stick the same principles from a book called The Intelligent Investor they read in like the 50s. And it's been the same beliefs they've upheld. And when the last 4 or 5 years when the market was like this booming on tech stocks and they were like this puttering along, everyone's praising these new managers, all their stocks came down and they overlapped this year. And it rides steady the same direction. And over time, no one has performed better than them over the span. Now, another example, because that's I think an obvious one, at least for myself. The other example is Tom Brady. Tom Brady never in his career when he's younger, probably more exciting, sexier, but never a scrambler. Never one that goes for, is not the showman of the league, is not the hottest commodity. And he was just perpetually doing the same thing, grinding it out. Now he's probably more in the mainstream, more in the spotlight. But, did you see him all over social media back in the day when he was grinding and working at it?
I disagree. Tom Brady's slow and steady. Tom Brady's been fast and...
How many years he played?
24.
Okay.
And how many years has he been in the top 5 passing yards? Almost every year he plays, he's in top 5 passing yards. He broke the touchdown record. He's always in
slow and
top.
Steady. Remember something. Slow and steady is not I define it as being the showman, that quick rise, that flash in the pan. That's what I would argue is slow and steady.
Slow and that's the opposite.
Slow and steady means consistent, more or less. I would argue.
Yeah.
Consistency is progressively, incrementally improving, not being the number one, let's say, receiver this year, going off like crazy, getting money, and then falling off the map.
Tom Brady's been at the top of the league for 15 years now, 17 years since the beginning.
But he's
slow and steady would be that okay, maybe he got to the maybe he got to his peak at 35. He's been at a top high level pace since 25, 26. Won his first Super Bowl at 25.
Being at a high pace and not faltering is the point, though. He's not you stay consistent. You keep on staying at the top. You keep moving up. You keep doing good things, breaking records. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes. Let's use him as an example. Would you put him and Tom Brady in the same league as of right now? Mahomes' career right now, I would argue, went like this. Everyone gave him the title of they're going to be the next dynasty, and they have not won since. So again, just use a sports analogy. You want to be slow and steady. I would say Tom Brady, and for a little point in time, he was not the sexy player. Never mind that. Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs. You can make the case that Brady was overlooked in years that he's won MVPs. Never mind. Look at LeBron James. LeBron James as well in sports. Slow and steady. There's years where he elevated different parts of his game, where he was never didn't dominate in assists. Decided to get that level up. He was passed over again on more MVPs because they wanted to diversify it in the league, where he was. If you look at his stats, LeBron James year over year obliterated people that he should have had the awards, but he wasn't the sexiest player in the league. But longevity has allowed him to play for as long as he had. Now he's going to play with his son.
I don't know. Yeah. I think LeBron has been that sexy player, right? He's had his own shoe line that sells out and
being okay, but still
maybe
LeBron would be a bad example. But anyways, the point was about. I think
what you mean. I guess it's all
Brady's not
perception.
I think the dark. Well, he is now.
I've had a Brady jersey since
okay, but I didn't. Yeah. I don't think
that's fair. That's fair. No, man, teach their own. We can agree to disagree.
But that's what my point is, that slow and steady often
can win the race. Yeah,
it often does. The point is, I think it does. That's why it's an old adage. It's a proverb, right?
Yeah,
that's what it would call the proverb. Yeah, it's a story. The tortoise and the hare. It's in Aesop's fables. Fun fact.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and it's it's a fable for a reason because it's generally you can look at it and say that it's
accepted story. Yeah, or term, whatever. Yeah.
Anyways, that's my little story for today.
Well, not no. I think we're almost at that time now.
How did we get on the tour of slow? How did we
Because he said slow and steady.
I said slow and steady.
He's slowly puttering along,
Stay
like
slow
little
and
by
steady.
little.
Don't listen to Rick.
Slow and steady. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying stay slow and steady too, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get to where you need to get, and that's
Hopefully.
the end goal in most things. You want to cross the finish line, because at the end of the day, somebody's winning a race is different than someone's finishing a race.
Mm-hmm. No, for
Like
sure.
when I went to do my triathlon, I didn't care to win. My goal wasn't to win.
Right.
My goal was just to finish,
Accomplish
at the
your
best
goal.
time that I could.
Yeah.
Like I have another example I can think of.
Well.
Let's use Ronnie Coleman for example. Mr. Olympia rode 7 years, most records of Mr. Olympia, but like he had to grow really fast to get to the top of his game during thing. Grew. Took a lot of performance enhancing supplements. I'm assuming. No, not gonna.
Yeah.
And now he's had how many knee surgeries? How many back? He can barely walk. He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, but that's all of them.
But I'm saying,
Like a Jay Cutler too,
but the
though.
point is, like, that's a physique thing, right? It's a health thing. If you look at, I'd say Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he was genetically a freak from a young age, built longer. This one could be a bad
Yeah,
example,
we're
but
guys. We'll
Arnold
chat with-
Schwarzenegger's like much older,
But it's also completely different times too, right? Like,
but
back,
see,
like Lou Ferrigno, same thing back with Schwarzenegger. They came up together and they both did the acting and the superhero shit after.
ignore what I'm saying right now.
Whatever.
This point is not important.
I get what you're saying.
This point's not
We're
important.
both right.
Slow and
Eric,
steady.
before we kind of wrap up, what's on the horizon for you, other than the show? You got any new music coming out? What
Shows.
else?
Yeah. So fortunately, like we have a lot of music, which is it's a good feeling. It's like
The
there's
vault is locked.
nothing's
and loaded,
missing.
eh?
Yeah, the vault's looking nice, sounding nice. No rush, like we just said, slow and steady. You know what I mean? We definitely have an idea of what's coming next, song wise. I don't know exactly when. I'm not gonna throw a date out there and like fake everyone out, but lots of music. Content's gonna come, maybe not like excessively, but a little bit here and there. Some good content. Shows is like my priority right now. I really want to. Really just want to get out in that whole realm of performing, making some noise in Toronto at least, and just gonna keep it going, man. One day at a time, keep it going.
Good man, love that. Eric, appreciate you coming on and chatting with us. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
We were
boys.
all over the place today.
Yeah, we were
I love it,
actually
man. Talk a little bit of TikTok, a little bit of music, a little bit of proverbs, whatever.
all sorts of shit.
I said proverb at the end. That was definitely not an important part of it.
Anyways, Eric, if people want to find out more about you, the shows, your music, where can they go? How can they find you?
My TikTok is at Eric Punzo Music, I think. Yeah, it
You're
is.
looking at me, bro.
My Instagram is at Eric Punzo.
Like, someone took Eric Punzo on TikTok?
Yeah.
Wow,
It might have been like my first account, to be honest.
Oh,
and
you
I
just can't
just
find it?
can't find it. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't really use Twitter or anything like that. Spotify, Eric Punzo, you could find me everywhere. Should I be like looking there?
You look wherever you want, bro.
Yeah, check me out. Listen to my music. April 22nd at the Elmo Combo is going to be a phenomenal time. Come party. Even if you don't want to listen to me sing, come party. If you want to listen to me sing, come listen and then we'll party. And
Hey, what's your go-to drink?
it's going to be weird.
It's okay.
Fireball.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, we have some literally on this table.
Fireball's like my
I've
go-to.
never heard anybody say that's their go-to drink.
Yeah. Well, like go like recently for sure. Like it
You know what
excites
Fireball
me.
reminds me of? Like, you're on the ski lift going up
Yeah.
the hill.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, let's
100%.
put back the Fireball. Like,
That's where it
I don't know why-
originated.
Yeah.
Are you a snowboarder or skier?
Skier, like not amazing, and I don't go as much anymore. But that's where it originated. My buddy Joe, we go to his place in Collingwood, and we would just get weird.
I love that.
on that note, guys, great way to end this off. Guys, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you. Go check out Eric. April 22nd, Elma Combo. What time you get on? Let's say 8-ish the show starts.
8:30ish, I would say.
8:30 show
Doors
starts.
at 8. Just show up at 8.
Doors at 8. Have some drinks. Eric will have the Fireball ready. Your pals will be there. Danielle will be there. And that is all. Signing off, guys.
Boom.